Hi students, welcome to SP Chemistry. How are you all? I hope you all are safe and fine at home. Today we will study class 10, subject science, chapter acids, bases and salts, concept acids and bases, sub-concept definitions of acids and bases, indicators and physical properties of acids and bases. End of this session, the learners will be able to define an acid and a base with examples, distinguish between acids and bases, state the physical properties of acids and bases, and identify the nature of a solution using different acid-base indicators. For today's session contains what are acids, some naturally occurring acids, what are bases, some common bases, different types of indicators, properties of acids and bases, and at the end of this session we will discuss some evaluative questions and answers. Let us come to what are acids. You all are very familiar with acids. So what are acids? Acids are the substances that form hydrogen ions. H plus aqua means associated with water when dissolved in water, and this concept of acids is the Arrhenius concept. This is Arrhenius concept. There are so many definitions. In higher classes we will study it again, different concept, Arrhenius concept, Bronsted and Lowry concept. So at your level, just you remember acids are the substances that form H plus ion, hydrogen ions when dissolved in water, that means in solution state. Then physical properties of acids. Acids taste sour. So dear students, have you tasted lemon? Yeah, sure. Lemon juice, vinegar, all these are sour in taste. Orange, mango, and acids are harmful to living cell. An aqueous solution of acids contain hydrogen ions. Already we know from the definition of acid. And acids turn blue litmus red. And this one you can remember as blue in acidic medium turns red bar. Then strong acids are corrosive. And some examples of acids: hydrochloric acid, it is present in gastric juice. Sulfuric acid, these are very common examples of acids. Let us discuss some naturally occurring acids. Naturally means these are naturally available. So here I have listed some natural source and acid present in it. And everybody you have tested definitely. Lemon, orange, guava, all these contain citric acid. Then grapes, tamarind, these contain tartaric acid. You can remember here T40, tamarind, tartaric acid. Grapes also tartaric acid. And this one for citric acid you can remember as log. L-O-G. Log means L for lemon, O for orange, G for guava, not grapes. Right? Then tomato, berries, banana, all these contain oxalic acid. And you can make of your shortcut trick also if you can't remember. But if these are very common to you, you can remember it easily. Tomato, berries, banana, these contain oxalic acid. Right? Then milk, curd is soured milk. So milk, lactic acid, you can remember infants they take lactogen. So lactic acid. And this lactic acid also, when we feel muscle pain, this lactic acid gets accumulated That is why we feel pain in our muscle. Then here apple, cucumber. These contain malic acid, right? Then vinegar. At your home, your mother might be using while preparing chicken pakoda and different food items. That is acetic acid, right? Then ant sting and nettle sting. We feel pain when ant stings due to formic acid. Formic acid is its common name, and IUPAC name we will discuss it later. That is methanoic acid. And gastric juice, hydrochloric acid. So these are some commonly known acids, right? Then let us discuss what are bases. Bases are the substances that form hydroxide ions when dissolved in water, right? And physical properties of bases. Bases taste bitter, and strong bases are corrosive also. And aqueous solution of bases contain hydroxide ions. From its definition it is very clear, and this definition also Arrhenius concept. Acids furnish H plus ion in water, and bases give OH minus ion, that is hydroxide ion, when dissolved in water. And bases turn red litmus blue, just opposite. So you remember only one, then other one just reverse. Acids turn blue litmus red, and bases turn red litmus blue. And bases are soapy or slippery to touch. And some common example: sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, right? These are some common example. Here it is ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. So these are some. Here sodium bicarbonate I have taken, and this soap also. These are bases. Let us discuss some common bases. Ammonia, fertilizer. Do you know fertilizer? Yeah, it is used in agriculture. So ammonia, that is a common base. Fertilizer. Sodium bicarbonate, that is baking soda, right? At your home, your mother might be using while preparing different cakes and different snacks. Sodium hydroxide is used in drain cleaners. Magnesium hydroxide you might be consuming when you feel acidity, milk of magnesia. Magnesium hydroxide is also known as milk of magnesia, that is used in antacid. Suspension you have seen. Then calcium hydroxide used to prepare bleaching powder, right? These are some common examples of bases. Then most often students ask me in the class, what are difference between acids, bases and alkalis? It is a very common question. What is the difference, bases and alkalis? So dear students, remember the bases which are soluble in water. Bases which are soluble in water. Are known as what? Alkalis. Right? So, can I say all alkalis are bases, but all bases are not alkalis, right? So here all alkalis, Venn diagram I have represented, all alkalis are bases. That means all soluble bases are known as alkali, and those are not soluble, we can say it base. They are not alkalis, right? Now we will discuss different types of indicators. So natural indicators, litmus, it is extracted from lichen, and that is one natural indicator. turmeric, red cabbage leaves, colored petals of some flowers like hydrangea, petunia and geranium. These are some natural indicators, right? This is turmeric, and here red litmus, blue litmus. These are some natural indicators used to know acids and bases. Then synthetic indicators. This is methyl orange and phenolphthalein. And substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic medium are known as olfactory indicators. You might have observed while taking onion, example vanilla, onion and clove. These are olfactory indicators. Then properties of acids. So here I have taken indicators and coloring acid. So blue litmus changes red in acid. Then you can remember it as BAR. Bar. That means blue in acid it changes into red, right? Then phenolphthalein, you can remember it as PAC or PCA also you can remember. Phenolphthalein in acid it is colorless. Then methyl orange, MAR. Methyl orange in acid changes to red, right? Then properties of bases. So just reverse, indicator red litmus turns blue and phenolphthalein changes to pink and methyl orange changes to yellow in bases. Then here you can observe this is blue litmus. When dipped in an acid, a blue changes to red, right? Blue litmus turns red in acidic solution. Here you can observe when red litmus is dipped in a base. Base means that is alkaline solution of a base. A red litmus turns blue, right? So this is the change of coloration of litmus paper. Then here you can see methyl orange, red in acid and yellow in base, that is alkali, right? In a solution it is tested. Here phenolphthalein, it is colorless in acid and pink in base, right? So dear students, this was a short video and now we will discuss some evaluative questions. Question number 1, you have been provided with 3 test tubes, right? So one of them contains distilled water. So first test tube, this contains distilled water, right? Then and the other 2 contain an acidic solution and a basic solution respectively. Acid solution, another one basic solution, right? If you are given only red litmus paper, so you are supplied with only red litmus, how will you identify the contents of each test tube, right? So as you know, red litmus turns what? Blue in basic solution. So that litmus paper we will dip in test tube containing distilled water, then test tube containing acid solution and test tube containing basic solution. So red litmus will be blue in basic solution. As we know, already red litmus changes to blue. So we will dip it into the solution in which red turns blue. That test tube will be containing basic solution. Then that blue litmus, we got blue litmus paper. Then rest 2 test tubes will be left behind. So we will dip that blue litmus paper in both the test tube. If no color change, then that test tube will be containing distilled water. If blue litmus paper turns red, then that test tube will be containing acid solution. Right? Are you clear? Then let us come to question number 2. Name the acid present in an ant sting. That is already we have discussed formic acid, and its IUPAC name is methanoic acid. Right? Then what are acids? From RNA's concept, already we know that acids are the substances which give H plus ion solution, ions in water. Right? And give an example. Any example you can give. Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Any example you can give. Then what are bases? Bases are the substances which give OH minus ion, that is hydroxide ion in water or when dissolved. And give an example. Any example you can give. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, right? Calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. So any example you can write it here. Then which one of the following types of medicines is used for treating indigestion? Everybody you know this answer. I know very well. Answer will be antacid. So right. So dear students, this much for today's session. Here answers already I have written for you. You can note it down in your copy. And in next session we will discuss chemical properties of acids and bases. Till then, bye bye. Thank you all.